Well, good morning to you all. After a 14 hours trialogue meeting, the Council, the European Parliament, and the Commission reached a provisional agreement for the climate law. This climate law is really important, first of all, for the Portuguese presidency. It was one of our main goals. For Europe, Europe will be the first continent in the world to become carbon neutral by 2050, and it's also a strong message to the world, which is even more important 2 days before the Biden's conference on climate. Europe has always been the leader on this process, and we will still be the leaders on this process. This brand new climate law have two main goals. The first is we will become carbon neutral or climate neutral by 2050, and we recognize that we put the biggest ambition on the decade, which is now starting. So we will reduce at least 55% of net reductions on GHG. The law that has been provisional approved during this night is better than the one we started off. And why? Because we now have or will have a scientific body completely independent. The GHG budget linked to the setting of the 2040 target. All the sectors are supposed to have their own roadmaps. There are stronger provisions on adaptation and the commitment to strive for negative emissions after 2050. The obligation for carbon neutrality as a collective nature for the EU, and we put a cap on the contribution of zinc for 2030 with the purpose of calculating the target for this year. And this will represent that net emission reduction will be higher than 55%. We have brought more ambition to the climate law. Thank you so much.
Minister, have you an idea already on when the provisional agreement will be discussed and possibly approved by the COREPER, and what, and if you expect that this process will be smooth, or there will be something to discuss further with member states. Thank you.
Well, yes, it depends of the agenda both of the COREPER and the European Parliament, but we believe that in 3 weeks, it will be approved. And this is really important because we need to start talking about the fifth for 2030 package, which means all the regulations that fix the exact rules for this reduction of GHG emissions for 2030.
Thank you, Minister. There's any questions? Hannah Hubert, please.
Yes, I have a quick follow-up on the same question. Is it correct to say that COREPER will meet today, and that on the council we will have today the first answer whether or not the rest of the 26 delegation approve what you just reached today?
Hannah, can you repeat your question, please? There's a problem on your connection, probably.
Okay, I was just asking for a follow-up to the previous question, just to be sure that on the council side, the decision will be taken by the COREPER today. Is that correct to say that the COREPER will meet today and agree on the delegation will agree on the deal today? Is that correct?
Well, no. This morning, the agreement will be presented to the Coreper. It won't be approved. We hope that it can be approved, as I answered already, in 2-3 weeks.
Any other questions?
I had one, Kira Taylor from Euracnet. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
So I heard from a source that there was a point where the presidency went out of the room during the trilogues to discuss and didn't come back with a new mandate on the 2030 target. Could you confirm whether that happened and maybe just elaborate on that?
Ela pergunta se é verdade que quando saímos da sala por 2 horas não regressamos com um mandato. Que ela soube de uma fonte que nós não regressamos com um mandato.
No, we fulfill. Yes, we didn't look for a mandate yesterday. The presidency had already a mandate, and all the negotiations happened inside the mandate that we have for the Coreper that happens before yesterday.